Hello, trading has closed on September 13th, 2016. Yesterday saw a good rally, but MEJT said it wasn't for keeps, gave us 3 targets and they all printed. Today's action shows the best way to use the system. It's not to act on these numbers right when they print, when the risk-reward ratio isn't all that wonderful usually. But wait till we move further away from the targets. At this morning's rally here, you knew this was a resistance level. You knew there were targets 15 points lower. At this point, a trader could set up a short position, set a risk with a reasonable risk-reward ratio, knowing there were 15 points coming in his direction. Of course, it doesn't have to stop right on the line. It went through it a number of times. At least you know that's resistance and this is support. And there's support just under the line, which is what we saw today. I don't have any new MEJT targets for tomorrow, and that means we have to rely on some other stuff. The longer term pattern is still the same. We're going much lower. Here was the final 13th bar of a daily sequential sell. When within 3 bars of giving bar number 13, you undercut the close of number 8, which we certainly did, that tends to be a strong signal. Should be a good move down. Should at least hit the TDST line where the pattern started. It's around 2070. And if you break through that, you go lower. This is the DeMark line, TD line. Gives us targets much lower here, even lower than the 2070. But let's not forget, one of my rules is when you break a slanting trend line like this with a straight line drop, there's a tendency to return to the line or at least the point where you broke it. Doesn't always work, but it usually works. Well, in spite of all the negative long-term patterns here, we have some positive things in the chart. We have a gap down, dropping all day, hitting lower lows, can't hold on to any of them. I don't count this last 5-minute move here. Without that, we couldn't even close under the panic close of Friday. If we're going to continue the drop now, we really should undercut recent lows, at least these and preferably these, early in trading. Tomorrow's pattern has a tendency to make a low at the end of the first hour or just before the first hour of trading and then rally till it's close to lunch. If we can't break through to new lows early, we could actually have a good rally. There's also a climactic volume indicator of somebody else, which usually indicates this is a low. Problem I have with these climactic indicators for bottoms here is they really work well at the end of a long decline. When they're at the beginning of a long decline, they tend to signal just the opposite. So the call for tomorrow is that early trading should tell the story. If we're going to keep on dropping, we should undercut recent lows promptly, and we have much lower targets. But if we can't undercut them promptly, we have some gaps on top, we have targets on top, and in spite of the very negative picture, we could go higher. And that's today's call.